Now for the favorite part of the show, why would he say that? I have to go against Johnny Manziel, who Johnny Manziel, funny enough, is not in. Johnny Manziel is the face of this, but there's been a lot more media people that I feel like are on this, and that is the downfall of Alabama. And I heard this take a handful of times over the last 48 hours. Alabama's done for. No one's scared of Alabama anymore. This, that, and the third. Let's take a deep breath. Two things can be true. I know that's really tough, but two things can absolutely be true. Is Kalen DeBoer as good as Nick Saban? No. Now, understand what you're asking. Following any legend is really, really tough. And historically, throughout sports, you don't have a lot of great legend succession plans where great all-time head coach, and then you're the guy who follows him, where you just have this immediate success. And if you do, there's normally other issues, especially when it comes to football, in the free agency period, which college football is in its first ever true free agency period with the NIL these last handful of years. We just watched the Cowboys doc, right? The Cowboys, the salary cap, this is the reason why we celebrated Bill Belichick for so long. The salary cap was not what it was for Dallas, and free agency was not what it was for the NFL, the same way it was for the Patriots and those Bill Belichick teams. This is why those Dallas teams, when Jerry Jones said 500 coaches could win with this Dallas team, yeah, because he had Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, maybe the greatest offensive line ever, and a handful of other really, really good players who kept re-signing with Dallas because there wasn't a true free agency period. So yeah, Barry Switzer got to take over a legendary coach in Jimmy Johnson's team and still win a Super Bowl. Post that, look at the guys who have tried to follow up legends. Gerard Mayo in New England, how did that work out? Not so great. Have you seen Washington immediately post Joe Gibbs twice? Did you see Denver post Mike Shanahan? What about Miami post Don Shula? Like, there's not a whole lot of examples of follow-up legendary coach, and it just looks great. Because, yes, when you say Kalen DeBoer is not Nick Saban, you're saying, yes, I don't think Kalen DeBoer is the second greatest, or is the greatest head coach in the history of the sport. He's not that guy. And I'm not even saying you got to think he's a great coach. But the idea that, and yes, there's obviously going to be a lot more turmoil because there's guys who decommitted post Nick Saban and transitioning out of this process. It's going to be tough. I won't say this should be a DeBoer defend hour. If you want to criticize him, fine, criticize him. But you also have to go, what are the things that are you responsible for as a coach versus what are you not responsible for as a coach? Was Alabama horribly undisciplined? I don't think so. Was time management awful? Again, I don't think so. Was he responsible for, and I know he's only 18 and I feel kind of bad and he got hurt at the end of the game, was he responsible for Ryan Williams dropping 3 passes? Was he responsible for Caden Proctor, who's a really good left tackle, jumping off sides, not understanding the play that the Ty Simpson was trying to make an audible on? I don't think that's on him. And that happened so late in the game, there's not really enough time to correct that in the moment. Again, if you want to say, I don't like him, he's obviously he's not Nick Saban, cool. But also give him some time. Did Nick Saban, was he just day one, the greatest thing we've ever seen? No. Like all of these guys, Brian Kelly just got his first opening season win. And that's at LSU, which is another premier program. Again, you want to criticize DeBoer because if your opinion of that Alabama and DeBoer they're not deserving of a top 10 ranking heading into the season, fine. You have the You get to enforce that opinion. You get to feel really good about that opinion to start the season. But if you thought they were still really talented, which they are, if you thought they still had some good depth, great skilled players, a good offensive line, but it was going to obviously be a struggle at quarterback because Ty Simpson is first year starting, cool. But if you thought that they had pieces, if you thought they had talent, if you think that he can coach because he's proven it, then let's just take a deep breath. It's not the end of Alabama. This is not, look how bad New England got almost immediately post Brady. There's a reason why Bill, even though he got cooked last night too, there's a reason why, like, that went downhill really fast post Brady. So there's going to be some transitioning. They were essentially the dynasty, the best team over 20 years in Alabama. And so people just want to root for you to finally, when you are dynastic, when you just get down to really good to borderline great, that's your fall off. Because you had won all these national titles. You had all the success. You had all these winning seasons. And again, DeBoer is not Nick Saban. Congrats. Neither is any other head coach in college football. Dabo is supposed to have one of his best rosters ever with a Heisman winning quarterback, a potential Heisman winning quarterback. How'd he do week one? So let's not write the obituary for Alabama just yet. Just take a deep breath. It's okay. And again, Johnny Manziel, you're just kind of the face of it, but I've seen a lot of people having this take over the last couple of days, and I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, if you want to be a part of one of the coolest, most unique communities, don't forget to like and subscribe.